Have you ever wondered why some people at the age of 80 can still walk briskly, chat joyfully, and think clearly, while others at just 60 already need a cane, complain of fatigue, and struggle with forgetfulness? According to statistics from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, up to 80% of people over the age of 60 experience at least one issue related to mobility or memory. What is concerning is that most of them believe this is simply a normal part of aging. But the truth is, small changes in daily habits can make a big difference in how we age. Energy, memory, physical movement, and even your sense of joy in life, all of these can be improved if you start making the right choices today. In this video, I will share with you 6 simple habits that can help you maintain good health, uplift your mood, and extend your lifespan naturally. These habits are based on recommendations from health experts at Harvard University. They are not difficult or unrealistic, but rather small, practical actions that anyone can apply. What state are you living in, and how old are you? Please share your answer below, because we are always listening to you. Habit number 1, walk every day. If there is one simple habit you can start today to help your body stay younger for longer, it is walking every day. You don't need a gym, you don't need special equipment, and you don't even need to go fast or far. Every step you take sends a message to your body to awaken its inner vitality. When you walk, your heart rate increases, your breathing deepens, your joints move gently, and most importantly, your spirit is lifted in a positive way. According to research from Harvard Medical School, walking just 30 minutes a day can reduce the risk of heart disease by up to 40%. That is not a small number, and it is certainly not something to ignore if you truly want to live longer and live well. Let me tell you the story of Mr. Raymond, a 73-year-old former mechanic from the state of Ohio. A few years ago, he had difficulty just climbing a few stairs inside his own home. He shared, "I thought it was just old age. My legs felt heavy, my mind was foggy, and my body felt sluggish." But instead of giving up, he followed his doctor's advice: start walking for 10 minutes a day. No more than that. 2 years later, he is now able to walk 2 miles every morning without a cane, without back pain. And the best part is that he feels like he has added 10 more years to his life. Walking is not just about exercise, it is about freedom. It helps improve blood circulation, lower blood pressure, increase oxygen to the brain, sharpen thinking, enhance memory, and stabilize emotions. For people over 60, walking is not about working out. It is about preserving independence and personal dignity. You don't need to walk fast. You don't need to walk far. You just need to walk. One lap around your yard, one trip to the market without a car, one evening walk after dinner. Each step is a message to your body saying, "I still care about you." You may have never thought about this, but a study from Stanford University shows that walking can boost creativity by up to 60%. That means if you are feeling sad, confused, or anxious, try walking outside for a few minutes. The breeze, the sunlight, and the rhythm of your steps may be the best natural remedy to calm your mind. So if you are looking for a starting point on your journey to healthy living after 50, begin with walking. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be consistent. And maybe tomorrow, you will realize that your body is gently shifting back into a healthier, lighter state, one day at a time. Habit number 2, eat to stay healthy, not just to fill up. If walking is the way your body moves and breathes, then eating is the foundation that helps you maintain energy, repair cells, and fight aging from within. But the problem is this: the older we get, the more we tend to eat quickly, for convenience, instead of eating to truly nourish our bodies. According to experts at Harvard University, what you eat after age 50 has a direct impact on your memory, heart health, and immune system for the next 20 years. Unfortunately, very few people realize this. I remember the story of Mrs. Evelyn, 68 years old, living in the state of Arkansas, like many others. She had toast for breakfast, cold cuts and cheese for lunch, and reheated frozen meals for dinner, over time. She often felt tired, had joint pain, and her blood pressure began to rise. One day, her doctor told her bluntly, "Your body is not being nourished. You are eating in a way that creates illness, not health." That sentence was like a slap that woke her up. She started with small changes, adding spinach to her breakfast, roasted carrots to her lunch, and a fresh salad every evening. 6 months later, she had lost nearly 15 pounds. Her blood pressure was stable again, and most notably, her mind felt much clearer. Food is not just calories. It is a message to your body: recover, reduce inflammation, rejuvenate, natural, colorful foods like leafy greens, fatty fish, whole grains, and healthy plant oils help your body create antioxidants. Boost memory, keep your blood vessels flexible, and lower your risk of chronic diseases. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that older adults who followed a Mediterranean-style diet could reduce their risk of cognitive decline by up to 30%. Another thing that often gets overlooked as we age is water. After age 60, the sensation of thirst becomes weaker, leading many people to drink less than they need. This affects blood circulation, body temperature regulation, and even kidney function. Choose plain water or herbal water instead of soda or sugary juices. Just adding a few slices of lemon, mint, or cucumber can make water more pleasant and appealing to drink. You don't need to count every calorie or completely cut out your favorite foods, but ask yourself, this is your meal today nourishing your longevity, or is it draining the energy from your tomorrow? Choose foods that are natural, minimally processed, and most of all, fresh. This is not just about how you eat, but about how you show love and respect for yourself through each meal. Habit number 3, keep your mind sharp. When people reach their 60s, many focus on maintaining physical strength, avoiding falls, or preventing heart disease, but they often forget about one equally important organ, the brain. In reality, memory loss is not an inevitable part of aging. It often results from a lack of mental activity over a long period. Just like muscles, your brain needs regular training to stay clear, alert, and stable. And the great news is, you can start anytime, even after retirement. Let me tell you the story of Mrs. Martha, 70 years old, living in Minnesota, after retiring. She started to forget small things, like doctor's appointments or where she left her keys. At first, she thought it was normal, but when she began to feel more out of control, she decided to make a change. She began reading every morning, playing crossword puzzles on her tablet, and even signed up for a Spanish class for seniors at a local community center. 6 months later, she shared, "I feel like my mind has come back to life. I'm more alert, happier, and most of all, I feel like each day has meaning again." Science supports this experience. A study from King's College London found that people who regularly engage in logic puzzles and brain games have better memory and faster thinking than those who do not. But brain training is not limited to books and games. Social interaction is one of the most effective ways to keep the mind active. When you have a conversation, your brain listens, thinks, and responds, almost all at the same time. This is a natural but powerful exercise for the brain. Think about what you enjoy cooking, learning to paint, playing a musical instrument, or simply figuring out how to use a smartphone. Anything that sparks your curiosity and helps you learn is like a nutritious meal for your brain. And don't forget, every phone call to a friend, every story you share, and every memory you listen to from someone else, all of these are healing medicine for your brain. So instead of letting age steal your memory, take action to train your mind. Every page you read, every conversation you open your heart to, and every new thing you try is a step closer to clarity and mental freedom. Habit number 4. Keep your muscles strong. You might think that feeling weak, losing balance, or being unable to stand up from a chair is just a normal part of aging. But the truth is, it's not your age that's making you weaker. It's the silent loss of muscle mass over time. This condition is called sarcopenia, and it begins as early as your 40s, speeding up after age 60 if you don't take action. Muscle isn't just about appearance. It is the foundation of your independence, freedom, and safety in daily life. I once spoke with Mr. Allen, a 74-year-old retired postal worker in North Carolina. After a minor fall at the supermarket, his doctor warned him that his body was losing muscle strength and that he was at a higher risk of future falls if he didn't start resistance training. Allen started with just 5 minutes a day doing simple wall push-ups, lifting water bottles, and squatting next to the kitchen counter to practice balance. After just 3 months, he felt a real difference. "I can get up from a chair without using my hands. I'm no longer afraid to climb stairs," he said. "I never thought those small exercises would make me feel this strong." According to the National Institute on Aging, doing resistance exercises at least twice a week helps improve bone density, reduce fall risk, and increase stability in everyday activities. What matters is not how much weight you lift, but how regularly and correctly you practice. You can start right at home. No fancy equipment is needed. A chair, a wall, and a few water bottles are enough for an effective workout. When you feel weak, you start avoiding walks, stop lifting your grandchildren, stop cooking for yourself, and then your world begins to shrink little by little. But when your body grows stronger, you feel more confident, move more freely, and enjoy life more fully. And what's most valuable is that feeling. The feeling of standing strong on your own 2 feet gives you real freedom. So, don't wait until you fall to think about exercise. Start today, even if it's just for a few minutes, because your strength isn't defined by your age. It's defined by your choice to take action and claim it back. Habit number 5, stay socially connected. There's something that people rarely mention when talking about health in old age. Loneliness not only makes you sad, it can actually harm your body. According to a study published in the journal Perspectives on Psychological Science, social isolation increases the risk of early death by up to 26%, equivalent to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. But what's even more dangerous is that many people don't realize they're lonely until the signs start to appear: sleepless nights, high blood pressure, or fading memory. I always remember the story of Mrs. Carolyn, 76 years old, living in Arizona. After her husband passed away and her children moved to other cities, she gradually withdrew into her home. At first, she thought she was fine, but over time, she became more and more sad, had trouble sleeping, and couldn't concentrate. Everything changed when she was invited to join a book club at her local library. Once a week, she listened, shared, and connected with new friends. I didn't realize how much I missed hearing human voices, She said with a soft smile, "Just hearing someone call me by my name reminded me that I still exist." Connection, even in small forms, can bring a quiet soul back to life. Social interaction doesn't have to be parties or large gatherings. A simple phone call, a grocery trip with a neighbor, or even a friendly greeting in the park is enough to help you feel like you belong somewhere when you connect with others. Your brain releases oxytocin, a hormone that reduces stress, boosts happiness, and improves both memory and immunity. Health is not just about the physical body. It's also about staying connected to the world around you. Older adults who maintain regular social contact have significantly lower rates of dementia and depression. You don't have to wait for someone to invite you. Be the one to take the first step. Send a message, make a phone call, or simply ask your neighbor how they're doing today. If you're feeling lost, believe that there are still doors waiting for you to open each time you talk to someone. Even for just a few minutes, you are quietly extending your life in a way that is gentle, yet incredibly powerful. Habit number 6, deep sleep, a simple need that's often forgotten. Among all the habits that help maintain health in older age, deep sleep is the most important, yet also the most overlooked. Some people believe that the older you get, the less sleep you need. But that's not true. According to experts at Harvard Medical School, deep sleep helps the brain remove toxins, strengthen memory, regulate hormones, and repair cells throughout the body. And it becomes especially important after age 60. However, as we age, our body's internal clock becomes more easily disrupted, leading to trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or waking up multiple times during the night. Mr. Michael, 67 years old, from the state of Colorado, is a perfect example. He used to wake up 3 to 4 times every night and felt exhausted the next morning. He tried prescription sleep medications, but they left him groggy and mentally foggy. Everything changed when he decided to reset his evening routine, turning off electronics after 8 p.m., doing a few gentle stretches, reading a few pages of a book, and going to bed at the same time every night. After a few weeks, he started sleeping more soundly, felt more alert, his blood pressure stabilized, and most importantly, he had the energy to truly enjoy each day. Sleep is not just how the day ends, it is the recovery process for tomorrow. When you get enough deep sleep, your body produces adequate melatonin, the natural sleep hormone, which helps regulate insulin and cortisol, reduce inflammation, support weight control, and help the brain retain memory. To achieve that, create an ideal sleep environment. A dark, cool, and quiet room. Avoid eating or drinking too much at night. And most importantly, stop using your phone, TV, or tablet at least an hour before bed. If you often find yourself waking up at night or tossing and turning until morning, ask yourself, are your evening habits supporting your sleep or disrupting it? With just a few simple adjustments, deep and steady sleep can return, helping you live healthier, think more clearly, and find greater joy in each new day. We've just explored 6 golden habits to help you maintain your health. Clarity and joy in life after the age of 50. Walking every day keeps your body flexible and your mind refreshed. Eating well nourishes life from the inside out. Training your brain helps you stay alert and never lose touch with yourself. Keeping your muscles strong supports your independence and confidence. Social connection soothes the heart and nurtures the spirit. And finally, deep sleep opens the door to full recovery, both physically and mentally. You don't need to change everything in one day. You don't need a strict program or complex tools. Just start with one small habit: a gentle walk after dinner, a handful of fresh vegetables added to lunch, or simply calling an old friend. Each of these gentle actions is a step toward a life filled with more energy, intention, and meaning. Let aging not be the final chapter, but the moment you live most truthfully with yourself, strong, peaceful, and full of freedom. If you found today's content helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more simple yet effective tips on eating well, exercising, and natural ways to support healthy aging. We will continue to walk with you through every stage of this journey. Which of these 6 habits are you currently practicing, or do you have a personal tip you'd like to share? Please leave a comment below. We are always listening.